Do you find connecting with your inner being and receiving guidance challenging? That was the case for me. I truly wanted to connect with my inner being and hear my inner voice through meditation, which was the only way I had heard about, but calming my mind seemed impossible until I understood the point I am about to share with you. If you are looking for some easy, simple ways to connect with your inner being, this video is for you. Now, here is the key point that I mentioned before. In order for us to connect with our inner being, we don't have to meditate, but we have to be in a meditative state. There are several alternative practices that can help us achieve similar sense of stillness and connection and allow us to connect with our inner being and hear our inner voice. Let's explore some of these practices together. 1. Use the power of repetitive activities. Doing repetitive activities can calm our mind and connect us with our inner being by creating a focused and meditative state. When we do these kinds of activities, the rhythmic and predictable nature of the activity allows our mind to settle into a peaceful rhythm if we approach them with full attention and presence. I'm sure you have seen monks in the movies sweeping the floor. When they are doing those kind of chores or activities, what they really are doing are practicing mindfulness, where their sweeping becomes a meditation in itself. Through those intentional activities, they calm their mind, they let go of all the distractions, and they attune themselves to a higher level of consciousness. The focus on the movement of that activity and the attention to details of that activity help them brings a higher level of awareness and naturally connects them to their inner being. Why repetitive activities can help us connect with our inner being? The reason is that when we are doing those repetitive activities, we are not trying to achieve anything. And that gives us the opportunity to really focus on that activity and pay attention to the details of that activity. And when we are fully immersed in that activity, that puts us in a meditative state. And that's where we can connect naturally to our inner being. And it doesn't have to be chores like sweeping or anything like that. We can use like coloring or sewing or whatever that we can immerse in and really focus on it and get to that state of being. 2. Bring awareness to your breath. Bring awareness into your daily routine by becoming aware of your breath during routine activities. Whether it is answering your emails or taking a shower, use these moments to connect with your inner being. As you go about your day, try to bring your attention to your breath in every opportunity you can. Let each breath becomes a reminder of the present moment to connect you with your inner being. It may not be easy at the beginning because our breathing has become so automatic that we don't even remember that it is maintaining our existence. But like everything else, with practice, it gets better. What we can do to do this practice, we can create some reminders for ourselves to remember to pay attention to our breath. The reminder that I use is that between each two segments of my day, I try to pay attention to my breath. For example, when I'm done with recording this video, then I need to write something else. So when this segment is done, finished, I try to remember and pay attention to my breath and then go to the next activity. That helps me to reconnect with my inner being. It's not really reconnecting because this connection always is. It's always there waiting for us to become aware of it. So when we calm down our mind somehow with any technique that we use, we just become aware of that connection that it already exists. 3. Listen to the sounds. Pause what you are doing for some moments and listen to the sounds all around you and let them be a door for connecting with your inner being. Allow the listening experience to guide you into a state of meditation. To practice this, turn off your phone and immerse yourself in the sounds around you and even inside you. Notice each tiny sound. Let the sounds to take you into a peaceful state of being. Don't try to define or label the sounds. Instead of asking what was that sound or where it comes from, just listen and enjoy the stillness, because the stillness is where your inner being resides. 4. Connect with nature. Step outside and immerse yourself in nature without any distractions, mostly meaning no phone. Whether it's a park, garden, or a simple walk in the woods, nature has this great ability to ground us and raise our vibration to the vibration of our inner being. As you walk, notice everything: the rustling leaves, the warmth of the sun, or the cool breeze. Feel them really on your skin, on your body. Allow nature's beauty to become your focus and create a serene mental space for you. That clear mental space is where you can find your inner being. 5. Create periods of silence. In the quiet stillness, free from all that external noise, we create a sacred space for self reflection and listening to our inner voice. Silence allows us to untangle from the busyness of the world and turn our attention inward. It's in these quiet periods that the whispers of our inner being becomes clearer. In silence, we can better hear our intuition that often gets drowned in our daily life. This can also happen naturally. In my neighborhood, when everybody has gone to work around 9:30 a.m., silence takes over the whole area and it usually catches my attention. In those moments, I try to take deep breaths and remember the very first thing that I am grateful for. As soon as I do that, I become kind of like aware of my connection with my inner being. My inner being is always there, always waiting for me to become aware of that connection. It is the same for you. 6. Use positive affirmations. Choose affirmations that resonate with your inner being and repeat them regularly. Heartfelt affirmations can shift our mindset and help us have a deeper connection with our true essence. So choose an affirmation that speaks to your heart. Repeat them with intention and allow the positive words to take over your being and connect through with your true essence. 7. Try doodling. When it comes to calming down our mind and creating a meditative state, doodling can be a spontaneous form of expression that can connect us to the universal flow of energy. Doodling is a tool to bypass our inner critic and allows our thoughts and images to emerge freely. It brings about a sense of playfulness and a sense of exploration through which we may even receive images of our true dream life. To practice this one, put on your favorite music, preferably without any words, and start doodling on a piece of paper without any specific purpose. Just forget about why you are doing this, and don't put any pressure on yourself to draw anything specific. Let your hands to move freely around the paper and see what comes out of that. As you do that, embrace the flow of emotions and let the connection unfold. 8. Find your own true obsession. I believe every human being is obsessed in a good way with something, whether they remember their obsession or not. In this context, what I mean from obsession is something that attracts your attention or fascinates you deeply and repeatedly in a joyful way. It may be something you had since your childhood or you came across recently. Some people are fascinated by birds, some with music, some with dance, others with clocks. It can be anything or any activity, but the common factor is that it slows down your mind and brings you joy if you pay attention to it. Go back to your childhood, either through memory or talking with your family and friends, and find out what your obsession was when you were a child. If you have been paying attention to it, it may still be very active in you. It's just something that gives you such joy that you forget about everything. You forget even who you are and what your problems are. So go back to that obsession. It is also possible to develop new obsessions through being open and trying new things. I really believe that those obsessions were given to us as a tool to connect us with our inner being. 9. Practice gratitude. Practicing gratitude is like a special key that unlocks our connection with our inner being. I think this one doesn't need that much explanation. I really believe that appreciation is the true vibrational frequency of our inner being. It's not about being grateful for the things we have or things like that. It's a feeling that happens naturally. It comes to us naturally without any specific reason. As we become more conscious, more aware, that feeling comes more often. How we become more aware and more conscious when we let go of all that unhealthy patterns of behaviors, thoughts, and emotions. 10. Be playful with everything possible. When we let ourselves have a playful approach to everything possible, it is like opening a joyful portal within ourselves. Playfulness releases built up tension and allows our mind to take a break from worries and stress. When we become playful, suddenly everything feels lighter. This lighter state of being is close to the vibrational frequency of our inner being. So it increases the possibility of us hearing our inner voice. Like my video if it resonated with you and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for your support. Until next time.